Hello folks, thank you for tuning in again. So for today's journey, I will be taking a walk through the woodlands of Shaw's Bridge. The woodlands itself brings you to a Neolithic monument. This monument itself is one of my favourite on the island, especially in Belfast. It's honestly, it's amazing. It's beautiful, and the story behind it is so exciting. So genuinely can't wait to show you guys and give you a bit of info on the history itself. Hello guys, so I am currently standing under what is known as Shaw's Bridge in Belfast. So Shaw's Bridge is usually generally used as a term for the area itself. However, it is actually named after, believe it or not, a bridge. So it was originally an oak bridge. Now you can see it's stone. So it was an oak bridge in 1655, and it was built by a guy called Captain Shaw, hence the name Shaw's Bridge. So Captain Shaw worked under Oliver Cromwell. And if none of you know much about Oliver Cromwell, he wasn't too much of a nice guy, to be fair. So Oliver Cromwell was elected by Westminster in England in 1649, and his main objective was basically to come to Ireland and to eradicate Catholicism and any Irish radicalism towards England. Oliver Cromwell himself, he didn't only attack Catholics in Ireland, he also attacked Presbyterians, because he believed that they did not support his Puritan view of Protestantism, and he wanted to revolutionise, in his terms, revolutionise the Church of England. So he heavily discriminated against both sides and used horrible tactics to do so. I'm just going to show you the bridge here, and hopefully you like it. Guys, so as I previously stated, I do think it's extremely important to not forget that Cromwell and his army did attack Presbyterians, because it's kind of understandable to know that he attacked the Catholics and wanted Protestantism to be the main religion in Ireland, but for him to attack Presbyterians in Ireland, that was a major shock at the time, and it's kind of omitted in history itself. But I like not to forget about that, because the Presbyterians were treated, if not similarly, then sort of along the same sort of lines as Catholics at the time. Both sides were not allowed to practice their religion, and if they'd done so, then they were severely punished. The only difference maybe was that the Catholics were possibly regarded as second class, whereas because Presbyterians did belong to the Protestant denomination, they maybe just got a slap on the wrist at the time. So although their punishment may not have been severe, they still were discriminated against, so it's important to note that. Woof. So I am currently making my way to the Neolithic monument that is known as the Giant's Ring. So I just showed you the Shaw's Bridge and I give you a bit of history behind that. So now I'm on my way to the Neolithic monument to give you a bit of info on that and the historical background surrounding that. Yeah, so I'm a bit off path here, so if you hear cars, that's why. I have to be a wee bit cautious. The monument, the Neolithic monument, is from around 2700 BC, I believe, which to my knowledge predates the infamous or the famous Giza pyramids in Egypt. So it isn't the only monument in Ireland that actually predates the pyramids in Egypt. There is Newgrange and there's also multiple other dolmens. Yeah, hold on, there's a car here. So yeah, that's only one fascinating thing about this actual monument, the sheer size of it, and to actually think that there was a civilization organized enough to build such a spectacular monument. Honestly, it's mind-blowing. So they think that monuments and dolmens like this were either used for memorials, burial tombs, or just rituals in general. It could have been used for all three that I just stated there. The Giant's Ring, just by looking at the architecture of it, you can tell that it was used for large crowds, 100 plus, definitely. That's what fascinates me more is the sheer size of it, and in the direct middle of it is a dolmen. Hello? 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 I think they like me. Or not. Here we go. Finally arrived at the Giant's Ring. So here we go. Here's some information on it. I'll let you read it yourself. Right guys, so let's go and see it. Yeah, so I know I previously kept going on about how amazing and how beautiful this place is and how spectacular it is, but obviously you're not going to know until you see it yourself. So here you go guys, here's a little glimpse of it. Now as you can see, this full ring right here the whole way around is supposedly what the pagans built in Ireland. You can see why they believe that large crowds gathered here, simply because of the sheer size of it. So that right there is the dolmen, and that is what they believed they believe is used, or was used, for burial ceremonies and rituals and things like that. Obviously it's theories. There's only so many theories they can come up with, but they're the most believable ones so far. So I'm just coming up to the dolmen here, but I just want to give you a little bit more facts surrounding this place. So in the 18th century, it was also used as a horse racing track. So it just goes to show sort of public disregard for such an important and sacred place during that time. And here is the monument that is said to be older than the Egyptian pyramids. Look at this. Now they do say that only 3 of these major stones are the originals, and they were preserved. So I'm not too sure which 3 it is, but as you can see, it's still absolutely amazing in here. So they believe that this may have been a pagan ritual site, and yeah, it's just absolutely fascinating. Look at that. Yeah, so in 1855 they actually found the remains of a woman, and after years of tests, and obviously in the modern day technology they can now use DNA tests, it turns out that not only were they able to identify that the woman was dark haired and brown eyes, but they also believe that she came to Ireland around 5,200 years ago from Spain. And they believe that that was not only our first destination, so they believe that she actually came through via the Middle East, through Spain and to Ireland. Now obviously that's all theoretical, but they were able to tell that she did not come from Ireland itself. So not only is that fascinating, but the fact that she was identified as over 5,000 years old means that she was actually older than this whole area itself. And that to me is absolutely just flabbergasting, honestly. So yeah, what a place, what an area. And if you are from the local area, from Belfast or even beyond, you definitely have to give this place a visit. It's extremely sacred, so do respect it. There are some people that leave litter and whatever. They don't realise the importance of such an area, but as long as you do, that's the most important thing. So just to finish the video, I do want to thank you guys for finding the time to watch it. I hope you watch more. I will be making more videos just like this, and some maybe not like this, just a mix. But I do really need you guys to subscribe, like, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Slán.